Hello. How is everyone out there? Thanks for joining me again. It's been a real long time since my last video. One-on-one video, you know what I mean? So today's video is kind of hard for me, and it kind of jumps ahead of what I really wanted to it jumps ahead of how I really wanted to take this channel, because I think the very first video I made, I believe it started out with, when you see me, what do you think of me? What's your first impression of me, right? Because my motto is, don't judge people until you know their story. Like, learn somebody's story before you assume anything about them, because things aren't always as you perceive them. So my first videos were always kind of telling little snippets, little stories, and I kept saying that they lead to the big story. Well, I guess in a sense I have to get to the big story sooner than I wanted to, in a different way, but I have been, and it's hard for me, but I keep being advised by people in my support group and my health coordinator and so forth, that I need to not only talk about all the good things and how I fought hard and how I struggled to better my situation, but that I have to talk about how the reality of my situation, and tell people the ugly side. And that's always been something that I have refused to do, because I don't want to cry about my situation. I don't want to complain about my situation, because I'm alive, you know? I mean, what is there to complain about? Yeah, you know, I have some bad days, but nothing like before, where it was day after day after day after week after week after month, year after year. That was just a day or two or three. But anyways, so here goes. The bottom line, the gist of this channel, the gist of these videos, and the gist of my life. I live with TBI. Years ago I was in a car accident. I may have mentioned that. In that car accident, I had a head injury, a face injury. I hurt my jaw too. So I'm supposed to share with people the reality of every day. Most days, at some point, I have a hard time. You know, anything will trigger symptoms. Symptoms being, well, everything will trigger me not doing well. It could be heat, like right now I'm getting kind of hot. I'll probably have to go inside here soon. But what I do when I get hot is I pour a little bit of water on my head, like this. And then, like, overdo it. But it helps. See, I have realized lately, I have been not led, but because of the things that have happened since COVID took a toll on everybody, and it took a toll on me. And it has made me realize that I can't keep running from my reality. I can't keep hiding or masking. I don't know if I'm hiding or masking. I'm just not. I have never wanted to accept fully my reality. I talk about what happened, but then I talk about how I have overcome it. But the truth is, I haven't overcome. I mean, I've come a long way. I've come a long way, but I haven't overcome this in the least. So my support group and people, I have to share the reality. The reality is that I'm having a hard time. And I've always had a hard time. Yes, things are going great, but heat, stress, tired, things will affect me, affect my ability to process, to see, to walk, to talk, and so forth. So I'm having to apply for assistance, you know? And I've never wanted to do that because, again, I never wanted to give in to this. I don't want to be labeled disabled. I don't want to be labeled inadequate. I don't want to be told what I can do and what I can't do. I don't want to be restricted, but I realize that if I am not going to pace myself, something's going to happen to where I'm going to be forced to pace myself. That goes to everybody, you know. If we don't learn to pace ourselves, something will hold us back, you know. So I'm having to apply for assistance. And when I tell this to my health coordinator and now my social worker, for the last year, my health coordinator lady says, it's not about being labeled. It's not about putting a restraint on you. It's about getting the help that I deserve, that I've worked for, and that mostly that I need. It's about getting from point A to point B a little easier than not. And that's just hard. That's hard for me. And I don't know if I've said anything here or not, but I live with TBI. Some days, some days I don't even know how to make a bed. Some days I don't know how to put bread into a toaster. I don't know how to tie my shoes. Some days I bump into things. Some days I can't get my words out. Some days I have a real hard time processing what people are saying. So I have to so I have to continuously say, I'm sorry, could you slow down just a little bit? I'm having trouble following you. Some people get mad and they just kind of hang up on me or whatever. But that's the truth of my life. Though I have come a long way, when I was told I wouldn't be able to walk or talk past the level of a 2 or 3-year-old, and I'm walking, talking. I'm an interpreter today, believe it or not. I am an English-Spanish interpreter, but I'm not supposed to talk about those things. I'm supposed to talk about the reality. But that is a reality, the ugly side of the reality. The struggling, my struggle reality. So that is that, hold on, I gotta get my mail. So that is that thank you, that I sometimes can't process what people tell me or what's going on, what I read. I have a hard time writing. This COVID thing was hard because everything had to be done online. And the more that I get frustrated or stressed, the more I can't handle or deal, right? So it's hard. So sometimes I can't eat because it gets so stressful for me that my jaw hurts, because I also have TMJ, temporal mandibular jaw disorder or disease, or my jaw got injured in the car accident. So I was T-boned at a high speed. And that's how I got my head injury and my jaw injury. So sometimes I can't talk, or sometimes I'm just too slow, so I can't work because I am self-employed. I can't walk, can't drive, can't do things. And I'm supposed to share that with people. I'm supposed to tell them, hi, I live with TBI. So sometimes when you see me, I'm not stupid, I'm not drunk, I'm not on some drug. I'm just having a bad day. Sometimes when you see me and I can't write, it's not that I'm stupid. It's not that I don't know how to spell. It's that I can't write. It's that I don't know. I just don't know. Don't know how to write. Don't know how to try to write. I don't know. And that's my reality. So, for those of you who saw me and thought, what's up with this chick? Well, now you know. So I'm going to start doing these videos more often, hopefully daily, and or at least several times a week. And I'm going to keep everybody on top of what's going on, because it's getting really interesting for me, and hard. And it's going to be an adventure, because I don't want to give in to this, but I realize that we all need to get some help. Don't be too proud. Not to be too proud to ask for help. So, stay tuned. Thank you, everybody. Remember, learn somebody's story before you assume what's going on with them. Number 2, we can take control of our lives to a certain extent. So don't let anybody tell you that you can't, completely can't, because there are things that we can do, and I still believe that strongly. I'm not going to give in to this all the way, trust me, but I do realize that we have to ask for help. So I guess that's the message today. As much as we can do things, there's always going to be a time when we need to A, slow down, and ask for help. Everybody, thank you so much. Hang in there. We'll get through this together. Bye.